From Software is a video game development company that is well known for its brutally difficult yet fair games. The Dark Souls trilogy, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice are what makes up this compendium thus far. However, Sekiro is a much more different game from all the other titles FromSoft has made. The Souls games are known for their slower, more methodical style of gameplay. FromSoft's other games, Bloodborne and Sekiro, are more fast-paced. But unlike Sekiro, the other titles heavily relied on leveling up and getting all kinds of equipment in order to build your character. These all help to give players their own way to overcome adversity. But with Sekiro, it's locked to one style of play. Sure, you can collect things to make fights slightly easier like prayer beads or gourd seeds through the means of exploration. You might be able to change your prosthetic tools to change the way you approach an enemy. Yes, you can learn different skills and techniques. But all these things together can only get you so far. At its core, Sekiro emphasizes fundamentals more than anything else. It's you and your sword versus the world. The primary way of having your character get stronger is by collecting prayer beads or memories. These increase your HP and attack respectively. You get most of them through beating bosses or mini-bosses that stand in your way, and you're forced to fight many of them in order to progress. Rather than just beating the game, Sekiro wants players to master the game in order to beat it. It pushes players to their absolute limits through its extreme difficulty and fast pace. There is an item called the Dancing Dragon Mask which you can use to increase your strength every 5 skill points, but this is a secret you can unlock near the end of the game. Obtaining it is also a bit tedious. Even though the game is a massive challenge, it's still very fair. The mechanics are extremely simple when you get down to it. There's mainly blocking, hitting, and dodging, just like FromSoft's other titles. But in those other games, blocking is merely a suggestion. With Sekiro, blocking takes center stage. It's a vital mechanic that can make the enemy lose their posture alongside hitting them. To make enemies lose even more posture, you need to parry their attacks. This happens when you block an enemy's attack right before it makes contact. It's a high risk, high reward. Once the enemy has lost enough of their posture, you can go in for the death blow. This will automatically kill them, or, for most bosses, make them lose one of their health bars. Your character is very versatile as well, giving a variety of different movement options. This is much different from the other FromSoft games. You can jump, grapple, sneak around, there's so many ways to traverse. These things can also be applied to the combat, given the situation. A great part about this game is that there's no RNG involved. This means dying is your fault, and nothing else is to blame. Now, there is one major downside with Sekiro. The game wasn't really designed around fighting multiple enemies at once. The Headless 8 fight is a good example of this. The mechanics are more in tune with one-on-one battles, mostly because of the posture meter. So when there's more than one enemy, it's kinda like a juggling act. It feels like it sometimes creates artificial difficulty, but they aren't as bad as Dark Souls 2 where there's way too many enemies. Sekiro is very demanding in terms of technical execution. You need to know when to swing your sword, when to block, and navigate the environment surrounding you. Some fights can be quite long and strenuous, making it a test of endurance. Corrupted Monk, the Demon of Hatred, Ishin the Sword Saint, all of these fights are tests of patience and skill. The final boss Ishin is the culmination of everything you fought up to this point. He has many similar assets from other bosses and enemies. This helps brew a perfect storm. I feel like when a player beats Ishin, it shows their mastery of the game. Sekiro does an excellent job in helping the player become very proficient at the game before completion. It does it through its unrelenting difficulty, easy to learn, hard to master mechanics, and the scarce amount of ways to get stronger. Fundamentals are a key aspect to games, and Sekiro takes it to the next level.